Okay, everything should be running. I want to farm Hammerhead for a bit. Ah, it hurts to hold my coffee cup right now. Arms. Yeah, I messed up my arms a bit. Messed them up a good bit.
The Vex are captives to logic, incapable of subterfuge. This makes them corruptible. Who knows what else might lurk inside their network?
There we go. The data spike.
Vex forces rally. If they regain the terminal, our incursion will fail. Repel their assault. Layer of security. Escalate access by overriding the passcode.
Persona 6. Gosh darn it.
The Vex security cycles. Each circuit grows more
Man, can we just get an SMT game?
exciting than I thought.
Can we get an SMT game that isn't Persona? Like, I get why people like Persona, but please. I would love to have an SMT game. It's like Persona has become the main line, and actual SMT has become the secondary game now. Just because people want a teenage dating simulator. And I have no qualms saying that, because that's exactly what it is.
I don't know about the Vex network, but I know an attack coming when I see one. Hold your ground.
They make it. If they make SMT5... SMT5 already exists!
This is almost
SMT5 Vengeance already exists! And it sold more copies! It's still selling copies!
these vortex could lead anywhere. Be careful, Garmy.
After all this time, our key into the Vex network is a fallen traitor. Not even I could have predicted that.
Ow. It doesn't really seem like Atlas is aware that people still want an SMT game that isn't Persona. Like, straight up, people have been asking for a remake of not just Persona 1 and 2. Well, Persona 1, 2, and Innocent Sin / Eternal Punishment. People have been asking for a remake of the original SMT games for years now. People have been asking for the original 2 SMT games for years to either be re-released or updated into current style SMT press turn. Same way that Strange Journey was. With Redux. Like, people have been asking for those for years. Yet the only thing that gets attention is Persona. Because Persona sells money. Because Persona sells at a faster rate compared to the original, compared to Shin Megami Tensei, which sells at a slower rate, but still sells the same dang amount. Atlas is aiming for fastest possible sales, not consistent possible sales.
Hopefully we can end this threat before Lakshmi whips the city into a violent frenzy. The latest reports.
Spying on the people of the last city. Look at you, acting as the devil you know.
A good leader uses all available tools to stay one step ahead of any threat. You taught me that.
Yeah, they hold it hostage. No, I don't, because I don't like the social link system. Gallica, if it's closer to how Gallica was in Metaphor ReFantasio, I'll be happy. But if it isn't, I'm not gonna be all that happy because I'm not a fan of the calendar system, nor am I a fan of the social link system. Natalia Olivia, thank you for thank you for popping in. I hope you're having an amazing day. But yeah, it's like I'm not a fan of the social link system, nor am I a fan of the calendar system. I think Persona 1 and 2, specifically 1 Eternal Punishment and Innocent Sin, did it correctly. They made it to where the story progressed as story events occurred, not via a day calendar system. Add into the fact that it didn't have social links and all the personal connections were done similar to how Gallica was in Metaphor ReFantasio, and I'm happy. I want a remake of Persona 1 and 2, don't get me wrong, but I also understand that if they remake it, they're going to make it terrible. They're going to make it terrible. Because I understand how current day Atlus works. I'm not gonna play it. I tried playing through Persona 3 Reload. I just couldn't. I couldn't. I don't like it. Yeah, I don't like it. Like, my main gripe with Persona 3 is they throw so many social links at you at once that you genuinely have to finish every floor of Tartarus within one night so that you have time to do them all. But then they also make it so that some of them are time gated to where you can only do them some days and then you can't but that means blah. They make it so that it's time gated, so you have to do specific social links every day if you want to be able to 100 complete the game. Add on, I'm not a fan of like this. I'm not a fan of like the teenage. I'm gonna be blunt. The teenage dating sim visual novel aspect of it. If I want to play a visual novel, I'm gonna play one that focuses around adults, not teenagers. It's weird. It's weird that people want to play like dating sims that are focused on teenagers. It's just strange. It's like a grown adult should not be focusing on that. And then I also understand that how Japan's, I'm not going to say population, but culture is, people kind of reminisce on the fact their high school days. But that's the difference, is it gets really creepy because people take it way too far. It's like the whole thing with Lolly. There's absolutely nothing wrong with Lolly when it's done in the actual context that the original book Lolita was. Nothing wrong with it. It's when you start having over-sexualization of people who look like literal children.
Nightmare rises, but do not fear. Destroy it as you have the others.
odds are, Link, odds are lost it will be clipped. Like, I have no issue with people who want to have, like, a lolly-designed character. My issue is when you over-sexualize it and bring it into something that the original concept of Lolita, the book, was never about. And that's my whole thing with specifically Persona, is people take the dating sim aspect of it way too dang far and over-sexualize it. And you can tell I care about this because, like, I get heated about it. The more heated I get, the more I genuinely care.
Nightmares rise, and the harvester stirs to life, yearning for their pain.
Bang. Hello, Decaf. How you doing? Be gone, bot. You're at 110. Dang. Tired? I have a feeling you've been off work for about an hour. Two. But how you... I had to go to the mother's-in-law's backyard. I have to go mow my mother's. I can read. Had to go mow my mother-in-law's backyard for the baby's birthday party tomorrow. Wait, if the birthday party is tomorrow, does that mean you can come to my birthday party on the 27th, or is your family still coming in? Because you will be missed. I will be sad. Reading is hard, bud. Yes, reading is hard. What's my impression on Monster Hunter Ascension? Your family. My opinion on Monster Hunter Ascension is, as I said before, it is exactly what I don't want from what I've seen, which is more complex movement for weapons. You're just going to get repeats of monsters that already exist and have no new monsters, no monsters from Frontier. In addition, it's going to go more into the fighting aspect instead of the actual aspect of prepping, preparing, and doing everything you need, and to not just have to brute force fights. In which, hey, people are going to say you can't brute force some fights. No, you can. You can. You just haven't tried hard enough. You just haven't tried hard enough to brute force some fights. Because I brute forced Gog Mazios, and I'm going to say that now. If you can brute force Gog Mazios, you can brute force anything. I want to return to Monster Hunter Freedom Unite or Portable Third style of gameplay. I don't want I don't want modern Monster Hunter.
There. A true nightmare born of
Mother-in-law
so much
found out
pain and
that I
suffering.
failed my drug test. She's not happy. What is she not happy about that you failed your drug test about? That you do a bunch of the plant? I want to return to old-style Monster Hunter, and that's never gonna happen. Ah.
I once said that libraries were more than instruments of violence. But I watched this one work, and I remember that violence can be useful too.
Violence is all there is.
You two must be fun at parties.
$390. $391. $390. That's a 400, so I'm good. So now all the plant in the house is gone, and we're gonna quit nicotine again. Ah. I wish you luck. Yeah, not many new games have caught my attention. Not many. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I am extremely jaded when it comes to the modern video game industry. I am beyond jaded. My opinion is the current game industry needs to crash. It needs to die for it to get better. Modern, if it's made like a modern Final Fantasy, then yeah. If it's a live action combat Final Fantasy, yeah, nope, I don't want it. Don't want it at all. I want turn-based Final Fantasy.
My coven grows daily, but we must hold the blind well a while longer.
Between our light and your mystical knowledge, we're pretty unbreakable. Right, cousin?
I'm not your cousin, Lightbearer.
Have we figured out what these can roll yet? Yes, we did.
The Scorn's continued presence here can't be all
Honestly,
about
I
the
want
evil.
Shoot to Loot
There
and
must be a
Master of
larger
Arms.
strategy at play.
Strategy is not the Scorn's greatest asset. Their uncommon focus belies a greater will than we've seen before.
You know what's funny? In Fallout 4, Far Harbor gives people hope. Far Harbor gave people hope in Bethesda. Far Harbor wasn't that good. It was better than base game. Still wasn't that good. Like, Fallout 4 in general, not that good of a game. Not that good at all. Far Harbor was better, but no. Modern Bethesda also needs to die so that their IPs can go to people who care. Same thing with Bungie. As much as I like this game, I want Destiny to be sold off to someone who will actually care for the product and care for the franchise. Same thing with Fallout. Same thing with Monster Hunter. But that'll never happen. My general opinion of modern day video games is very simple. It's the market needs to crash, companies need to go under, and IPs that people hold beloved need to be sold to people who will actually take care of them and care for the IP. Because Destiny could have been something great. Fallout could continue to be great if it stuck to what made the original 2 Fallouts and Fallout New Vegas fun games. Same thing with Monster Hunter. A return to Monster Hunter Freedom Unite style combat with modern graphics would be nice. Not every game needs to be mainstream. Sometimes having a niche product is better than having a mainstream product. It's the reason why there are some products that are made specifically by Palmetto State Armory in the firearms world that are niche products, but they're beloved niche products. And then they use the more common firearms that they manufacture to fund the niche product because people like the niche product. Because if it crashes, it's going to be a long time to recover. Let it take a long time to recover. Let it crash and let it take a long time to recover. Because the longer it takes to recover, the more opportunities you have for someone to come in and actually want to make a product that matters and holds true to what it is on its core concepts. Decap, what are you going to do to relax after a hard day of work now that you're no longer taking the plant? Yeah, and Persona needs to return to Persona 1 and 2 style storytelling and get rid of the stupid calendar system and the dumb social link system that they're currently using. So, yeah, no, I also hold that stance. My opinion is, like, extremely jaded. I have seen games I love die. I have seen games that would do amazing as a niche product get completely shoehorned because these companies only want stuff that'll sell as fast as humanly possible instead of having a natural growth curve as a niche product. Fallout died when Fallout 4 came out. Doesn't matter what people think about 76. Fallout 4 killed the original and truest form of Fallout you could get, which was New Vegas, Fallout 1 and 2. Had storytelling done by Chris Avalon, which is basically the godfather of the Fallout story in general, and it actually kept the idea that choices matter. Your choices mattered in those 3 games. Because because I don't think Toad Howard is gonna let any other studio touch it. No, he's not. He's not. He'd rather have it die by his hands than have it revive back as what it deserves to be. Todd Howard would rather kill his IP that he currently has rather than let it be something good. Yeah, it is depressing. The current video game industry, when you actually look at it from a critical lens, is extremely depressing. It's the reason why I don't really have that high of an outlook for current games coming out that are new. And I'm not going to be happy about the Fallout New Vegas remaster, because I don't think it's going to be a remaster. I think they're going to do the whole remake mentality, and it's going to end up being terrible because Fallout New Vegas didn't need a remake. All it needed was a revamp to its graphics and maybe fix some of the crashing bugs. That's all it needed. Also, make it use more than 4 gigs of RAM.
The blind well is about to be attacked. Guard the compass and prepare to defend yourselves.
Because, yeah, a lot of the crashing for Fallout New Vegas comes from the fact that it's RAM limited. Remove that RAM limitation and congratulations, you just made it no longer crash for a lot of reasons. I planned for today to be like, a nice, quiet, not so talkative day of just hunting loot, and it's turned into me basically talking as much garbage as I can about the current day video game industry.
Lost between realms. But beyond that, in the background, there is something else. It is not Zivu Arath. It is not simple hive madness. It is as though
Fourth
the
time's the
space
charm.
between the stars
Onslaught.
has
Dang it, I wanted Killing Tally.
watching, and it hates us.
I wanted Killing Tally. What I want on the Hammerhead is a specifically Flared Magwell. I want specifically Arrowhead Break, and I want fourth times the charm and Killing Tally. Or target lock. Fourth time the charm and target lock would also be good. We're gonna turn on some Christian rock. Okay. I just need a few more specialist stuff. Of a mouth of a cave. Coming out from the cave. Oh, the mouth of a cave. I want to use Turncoat for a bit. There we go. I'm probably only going to go for another few missions, and then I want to go back downstairs and cuddle with the puppies. Sorry about that. You hear the fan? I apologize, but it's hot up here. What are we doing? I really don't like hand cannons. I'm gonna be honest, I don't. Space battles!
Steal one of those scorch cannons. It'll be good against the shields.
Hello, Wolf. How you doing? And back to the topic earlier, I genuinely think the thing that will save the gaming industry when the mainstream market crashes is gonna be companies like Team Cherry that make Silksong. It's going to be the smaller games that are made at a much lower cost. As much as I would love to see another Expedition 33, it's going to be the smaller games at a much lower cost that people can get into Because those are what's currently working in the market. It's smaller games, smaller costs, less of a team needed to make it.
We must learn where this crew has hidden their treasure. Search the captain's quarters for clues.
That's the captain of this rig. Chase him down.
I'm seeing increased activity on the top deck. I
You know
recommend
I'm
a tactical
doing.
retreat.
Well, I hope you're doing fine.
Hack the terminals with the information from the servitors.
There we go. He's smacking me down today. He smacked. He smacked. Take the smackings. Clear the bridge! The London Bridge is falling down. Overflow, kill clip, rampage. You know what? I'll take that. Firefly. Ah, I could have got Firefly Incandescent. It would have been perfect. Firefly Incandescent would have been perfect. I'm gonna do a bunch of just taking stuff apart.
Xivu Arath must be terrified of what Savathun might say.
She's not the only one. I sense the same fear from you.
I'm just dismantling stuff right now.
The Taken threaten not just territory, but the very fabric of our reality.
And they'll start with the Blind Well. We have to close down any Taken rifts. Push back the Taken, but focus on their leadership. We need those Taken essences.
Yep, killing tally. Go. Grab the Taken Essence. There we go.
Just like streams of water, ley lines can be polluted. Zivorath will use them to poison the Blind Well if she can. Stay vigilant.
Have you discovered any evidence of coordination between the Scorn and Xivu Arath?
I imagine that the leader of the Hidden knows better than any of us.
The Scorn will try to harvest ether from these dead servitors. The servitors will release the ether at regular intervals. Keep an eye on the harvester to anticipate it. Once the ether is released, destroy it before it gets to the harvester.
Go. Which is the next one? The next one is up there. Okay. I have to try to get the auto rifle as well. Because I have a setup for raid damage I want to try, but it's a matter of I need an auto rifle and my energy.
Good work shutting down the Scorn, Guardian.
The timing of their mission is suspicious. Is this coordination with Zibu Arath, or mere coincidence?
My Corsairs report increased Taken activity. Retrieve the compass and assume defensive positions.
This is why I want 4th times the charm. Because that was really good. And we're good.
Petra, I just realized where I recognize you from. Spider's place on the Tangled Shore.
Could be. He and I worked together when our desires aligned.
What did he do to keep you coming back? Put a bomb in a friend of yours?
You know, he sent me a message recently. Something about bringing a bird back to its nest.
Killing gosh darn it. Not what I needed. Destabilization rounds, that's fine. I'll take that over that right now. Oh, my arm. Just trying to lift my coffee. Just trying to lift my coffee, man. Heal clip, heal clip. You know what? I'll take that. Mayhem. Let's go to Zetawa. Hawa.
We need a centralized.
Shall we begin then?
Oathkeeper.
I've had enough.
Are you ready? But don't let it go to waste. Remember what you fight for. Good. Back. Requisition approved. Stay sharp, Hunter.
Arm, let me lift my coffee. I'll do this and then we'll end off for the night.
Is this the secure mission channel? I'm still figuring out the Vanguard systems, I guess. Mr. Drifter wanted us to talk?
He has a way of facilitating connection through mischief. Emissary? Speak, then.
Speak. That's a... how do you do?
Okay. Man, I love sidearms in this game. I love running around space with a Glock. That's exactly what the sidearms in this game are. They're just Glocks.
Just reading the brief here, we're stealing uniforms for the Mafia on Mars?
The Guardian is commandeering a shipment of Imperium uniforms and personnel codes.
May I ask why?
To embed Totality Division spies with Bale's ranks. To turn the tide at the opportune moment.
Espionage. Now we're speaking my language.
Machine guns. I wish they made an exotic machine gun that fired kinetic ammo. But that's never gonna happen. Heel clip. Go. Wolf, you got any fancy plans for the rest of the day?
I recognize when someone knows more than I do. Your knowledge has changed the world, Miss Moore. This dredgy Bale that Mr. Drifter is after, what do you think Six wants with him?
As a Dredgen, Bale adheres to sword logic as a method of violence and paracausal growth. Every death inflicted under sword logic ties that death to a benefactor, and that enables greater subsequent death.
We already know Bale is tithing to Six, and Six wants to use it to escape.
Escape what?
I'm now realizing I should have brought a kill clip gun into this mode a long time ago. Your plan is to duck dance. Okay. My plan is to finish this mission, cut stream, get shorts uploaded, and then, I don't know, eat some food, rest with the dogs. And then tomorrow I have to pick up my meds. Because I have a med refill on like 6 or 7 of them. Heal Clip is saving my butt, especially when it's paired with Kill Clip? Yeah, that's, useful. I would rather have it paired with Rampage, but that's just me. I'm more of a person who enjoys Rampage Onslaught, but that's just how I work. That's a year one mentality of mine.
Escape reality. They are beings beyond our perception of matter. Being bound to our reality and dependent on sapient life is like prison. The Outers need a massive singularity to escape through. The one on Kepler was puny.
It will take an immense amount of tides for the strength necessary to create such a gateway to the Ascendant Plane.
And extinction's worth it.
This is partly why I enjoy the Stalker Avoid archetype. Howdy, 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 vegan. I overshot that.
about 40 questions just on worms. To be honest, when Zavala assigned us to collaborate, I was hesitant. You are very intimidating, Miss Morn.
On rye bread with horseradish sauce? That sounds awful.
Which is how I knew I had to be careful. My God,
Horseradish sauce sounds awful.
Does Mr. Drifter do this often? Setting up an accidental call to get his friends talking?
Yes.
Has it ever worked before?
Yes. Often.
How am I doing? I am tired and sore. And we have an update. If everything goes smoothly, I have to say smoothly, my room should be finished by the end of the week. We should be close to being done. We just gotta get some... We don't need my room open for the crawl space people. So we can get my floor done as soon as possible. Which means I'll be back in my room that has proper AC. And not what this is. Because my room, the room where my computer is, gets really hot when I'm streaming. It's part of the reason why I kind of haven't wanted to stream, because it gets stupidly hot up here. Man, I know this is a terrible gun, but, like, this is a perfect mobbing gun. This is, like, a perfect mobbing gun. Yeah, we will have that set up hopefully soon. I need to focus, decrypt a Engram for Orpheus rig. I just realized that. What are your thoughts on third burst? What do you mean third burst? If we're talking burst as in like God Eater, play them. They're fun. 3-round. Oh, 3-round burst. Okay, my opinion on 3-round burst is very simple.
Let us continue our work on
Excessively simple. It's pointless. It is a pointless mode to have. It is overly complex and overly... and not done in a way that is efficient. Like, to give an example, the FAMAS, unless you have a 30-round mag, you are not actually getting 3-round burst. You're getting... Specifically, your last burst is going to be 2 shots. Which offsets the next shot to be 2 shots. Because of how the 3-round burst mechanism functions. In the M4 3-round burst. 3-round burst is overly complicated, and if you do not have it set up properly, you can go from a 3-round burst to a 2-round burst to 1 to 1. Because of how the ratchet mechanism functions in 3-round burst. Three-round burst in general is a terrible mechanism. 4-round? No. Any type of burst mechanism is inherently not a good thing because of how they have to set up the ratcheting mechanism. It's the fact that burst fire operates off of specifically a ratcheting mechanism. If you remove the ratcheting mechanism and make it, say, an electronic mechanism that's found in some vehicle-mounted firearms, then yes, it functions because you can actually have it directly function no matter what with the burst fire. It's the issue with small arms are not that good with burst fire. It's the inherent issue with the entire functionality of how they make it work. Oh yeah, some guy on one of the shorts I posted, which was, all I see you do is ever complain. Here's the thing, complaining is how you get YouTube shorts to actually work for you. If it was just happy stuff, then sure. If it was just funny stuff, sure. So it has to be 30 rounds. Yes, it has to be a 30-round magazine, specifically if you want 3-round burst for it to function properly. And if it's a 4-round burst, you need a 40-round magazine. If it's a 2-round burst, like the weird ASV that the Russians had, you need a 20-round magazine. Because if you do not have a number loaded into the magazine that is divisible by the burst total, you are not going to have a fun time. What about 60? 60-round mags are awful, unless it's a drum, or it's a rotary mag. Which, if it's a rotary mag, dude, what are you firing? A Lewis gun? What about 46? That would be, you're in the territory of belt feds at that point. You're in the territory of belt feds at that point. 46 is not divisible by anything that would be proper. At most, it's divisible by 2. And a 46-round mag is quad stack. And a quad stack mags are not the best.
We have the shuttle. We have the call sign. It's time to take the fight to the Imperium.
The amount of quad stack mags that exist are very low. There is I think it was a Spanish SMG that had a quad stack mag, and it worked really well, but it was in a version of 9mm that wasn't all that effective. Yeah, I don't do Minecraft guns. I just do real firearms. Because they are objectively better.
I'll be directing this off. The Drifter's on the ground running his con. So don't startle if you hear Bale on the line. He can't hear us.
Wait, what do you mean, con?
Cozying up to Bale so he won't notice the Guardian shutting off the shield generator.
That's his con. Oh, I'm so mad. God, I'm so proud. I want in.
Welcome aboard. Rao's got her legionaries all dressed up for the show. Think you'll like that part.
Tired.
Are we friends, Hulk?
Of course we are.
I've been having doubts about sex.
You know, the last emissary walked out on the 9. Took some doing, but she got there in the end.
I'm not an emissary, though. I'm nothing to the 9 but a broken...
What do you think about 12-gauge pistols? Are we like break action? Okay, you have to define 12-gauge pistol because 12-gauge pistol can mean a varying amount of designs. You have break action, you have a real life bolter. Because they exist. It depends on what type of 12-gauge pistol. Because if it's a 12-gauge pistol that's break action, gonna be honest, it's a door breacher tool at that point. It's just a door breacher tool. Now if we're talking like something that... Oh wait, why did I... Desert Eagle model? Those don't exist. Those don't exist. But I was gonna end stream, so... Kill display capture. Okay, again, I don't do Minecraft mods that have I literally have never touched tax. I have never touched tax. But you're gonna raid. Oh, hey! It's Icy streaming. You also have Nug streaming, but he's doing... Kaizo... I'll do Icy. I'll raid over to Icy. With that said, thank you all for watching. God bless, be safe. I am the bundle of the cats. I will be back... hopefully tomorrow. It depends on how we're doing. If we're working on the floor, no, not gonna happen. So with that said, thank you all for watching. God bless, be safe, I'm Bundle of Cats.